There's only one thing that the jurors are going to remember after today. The Hostlong to Die in the Cold search happened at 2:27 a.m. and 40 seconds.
Do you understand the significance if Jen McCabe made that Google search, House Long to Die in the Cold, at 2:27:40 a.m. instead of 6:23 a.m.? Did you understand the significance of that?
Of course.
Wait. Alessi put Brennan to sleep to where Brennan was late on the trigger and Ian already answered and it's too late.
Yesterday, you essentially said that as of today, no Cellebrite tool shows that 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp.
Correct. That timestamp won't show up.
Okay, I'm sorry, just to be clear, now the jury already 100% knows that this is a retrial. There's no way that they don't. 100% they know this is a retrial. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up, It's the Law. Folks, we're going to continue with the testimony of Ian Whiffin today, May 13th at 4 o'clock Eastern, if you're watching this the day that it premieres. And folks, we will conclude Ian Whiffin today in part 2, and then we will go on to other witnesses, such as, shall we say, Buchanan? Time will tell. Let's watch.
But there are other tools from other companies, are there not, sir?
There are.
And a competitor of Cellebrite that can be used to analyze that 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp and to potentially resolve that dispute of whether the Google search House Long to Die in the Cold occurred at 2:27:40 a.m. or later at 6:23 or so a.m. There's other companies and tools that can be used for that, correct?
Correct.
And isn't one of the companies that can be used, the competitor of Cellebrite, called Magnet Forensics?
Correct.
And they have a tool called Axiom, A-X-I-O-M, that evaluates questions such as this, correct?
They do.
And is Magnet Forensics a reputable company?
They are.
Am I correct that yesterday you essentially said that as of today, no Cellebrite tool, no Insight Suite, such as Physical Analyzer, today shows that 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp?
Correct. If you use any version from the last approximately year, that timestamp won't show up.
It won't show up as you sit here today.
Correct.
But that's not always been the case
Correct.
with regard to Cellebrite forensic tools, correct?
Correct.
As a matter of fact, in the first proceeding in this case, in June of 2024, when you testified under oath, the situation with the forensic tools was Cellebrite Forensics Insights did not show the 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp, but another version of Physical Analyzer did show it, correct?
Correct.
In that second program, that second tool, Physical Analyzer, not only showed it at 2:27:40 a.m., but it showed it as a deleted state, correct?
It's a deleted record, yes.
A deleted record.
Yes.
Did you mention that yesterday in your direct testimony?
I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
No, we changed it since then.
Was actually you changed it since then?
Yes.
Your company removed it
Yes.
after the first trial.
Before the first trial.
Well, you removed it from one tool before the first trial.
Wait a minute, there's more talk of trial, first trial. The first trial. This may have been the first instance because Ian Whiffin testified in like the second week or something. We just kind of skipped him because, well, let's be honest, it's not the most exciting testimony. Look, everybody knows it. No matter how much I try to hype it up, it's still, most of it goes over my head too. I'm just listening for inconsistencies more than anything. But listen to this. Oh my goodness. He is literally admitting we were able to come to the conclusion, if to put it in human language, last year we came to the conclusion that the How Long to Die in the Cold was deleted after it was made at 2:27:40 a.m. So for this trial, we changed the system so it will show not deleted. What? So you're in on it. You're in on the conspiracy. Fantastic. Thank you for letting us know. Oh my God. Well, I always knew this guy was a snake, and now we know exactly what he's up to. But yeah, first trial, when you testified in the first trial, like that's... I'm surprised Bev is not like sweating bullets. I think Alessi talks so slow and deliberate that he's just captivating the entire room. He has the whole room in the palm of his hand. That's a skill. My hat is off to you, sir.
You didn't remove it from the other physical analyzer program, did you?
Up until the following version was released.
No, I'm talking about the time of trial when you were testifying.
I appreciate that. There's some complexities with how we released the software, which resulted in one being released several weeks later and one being released several weeks earlier.
At the time of trial,
Yes.
last year in June, when you were testifying under oath, one of the Cellebrite tools...
Okay, I'm sorry, just to be clear, now the jury already 100% knows that this is a retrial. There's no way that they don't. 100% they know this is a retrial.
Showed the timestamp of 2:27:40 a.m., correct?
Correct.
But that timestamp doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist today, does it?
Correct.
Cellebrite removed it.
Yes.
You mentioned...
Could I see counsel at sidebar for just a minute?
I think this was, I remember somebody told me about a moment that Beverly was a little upset over, and I think that was it. I think that was it right there. She's like, okay, stop talking about the fact that there was a first trial, please. But she didn't interrupt him because she has a lot of respect, immense respect for Alessi.
Go ahead, Mr. Alessi.
Thank you, Your Honor. So with regard to the first proceeding, there was one...
That's the dead giveaway. With regard to the first proceeding, that's the dead giveaway that Auntie Bev was upset about him calling it the first trial. The first proceeding. Just call it the first proceeding, okay? All right, no problem, Judge.
There was one Cellebrite...
That was a signal to the judge.
Tool
Are you happy?
that still showed the 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp.
Correct.
And it was shown in a deleted state.
The record was deleted, yes.
The record was deleted. And then after that, Cellebrite outright removed the timestamp from so none of its programs had it. Correct?
Again, if I could explain a little bit about how it works.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you could just respond to my question. Is that correct?
The timestamp's been removed, yes.
However, the competitor of Cellebrite that we just talked about, Magnet Forensics Axiom,
Yes.
that program at the first proceeding showed the 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp, correct?
Correct.
And as a matter of fact, as you sit here today, the Magnet Forensics program, Axiom, still shows the 2:27:04 a.m. timestamp, correct?
As far as I know, yes.
And Magnet Forensics Axiom is a reputable company, correct?
Correct.
Oops.
Cellebrite removed that 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp, which is in a deleted state, in response to issues raised in the first proceeding, correct?
It was changed because of the research that I did, and that was verified by the forensic research group.
But the issue arose because of what had come up in the first proceeding, correct?
In the first investigation prior to the proceeding, yes.
In the first investigation in this case, correct?
Yes.
So Cellebrite,
What?
after the first proceeding, after the investigation, just outright went and removed the timestamp.
It's not unusual to change
I
decoding.
didn't ask if it, I just asked whether
Yep,
they
we removed it.
But Magnet Forensic Axiom still shows that 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp, right?
again, they refer to it differently, which is why they can
But they
do that.
still show it.
They do still show it.
Can you just finish the answer?
So,
Sorry. Just let him finish the answer. Is that what you said, Mr. Mayor?
yeah, my apologies, but I'm having trouble hearing, but I'll pause more just to make sure you're done.
What?
In that 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp, the dispute is whether it's associated with the search, House Long to Die in the Cold, correct?
Correct.
Basically, for those of you who may be scratching their heads going, why does DUI Guy look like he just had an aneurysm? Here is what just happened in plain English. You ready? Here you go. Trial number 1. We did our investigation. We concluded 2:27:40 a.m. Time-stamped House Long to Die in the Cold. Search was deleted later on. Okay. Hey, listen, for trial number 2, we really don't like that, say the Alberts or the McAlberts or whatever. We really don't like that. Can we please mulligan? Sure, no problem. We'll just use a different software that deletes the timestamp entirely. Don't worry about it. We got this. So he testifies on direct examination the day prior, which we didn't cover, and we're not going to cover unless you really, really, really want me to figure out exactly what he said and how he said it. But we already have the TLDR from Alessi. You never talked about the fact that you changed this stuff on direct. But now you have to admit to the jury that you never talked about how it not 100% accurate it is. My presumption is that on direct examination, he said there is no way to verify with 100% certainty that the search was made at 2:27:40 a.m. House Long to Die in the Cold. And it's probably was made at 6 a.m. That's what he's trying to put in front of the jury. But it's all false. And Alessi is showing not only how it's false, why it's false, and what is your motivation? Because now he's poking and prodding, and he's saying, look, in the first proceeding, you did your investigation. It's like, well, yeah, we did. But it's not uncommon to redo an entire investigation and just change our conclusion completely. Really? That's going to be your testimony here? Okay, let's see how it ends.
Let's talk a little bit more about the first proceeding in this case.
He's nervous. He's very nervous. You can tell.
In terms of your testimony under oath in that first proceeding, do you recall stating that it was your opinion as to whether that 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp was associated or not with the Google search House Long to Die in the Cold?
I believe so.
Right, so you called it your opinion.
Yes, probably.
You didn't describe it as a fact, you described it as your opinion, correct?
Correct.
Because you realize that there are other fair interpretations of that timestamp and when the Google search occurred, correct?
I think even if I believe it's a fact, it's my opinion.
Right, so it's your opinion.
Yes.
So you also, do you recall stating that there's plenty of other evidence on that extraction that shows what activity was occurring at 2:27:40? You recall that?
Correct.
And you used the word evidence, correct?
Correct.
But that evidence on the Cellebrite program is now gone, correct?
No,
It's not gone?
it's not gone.
So the 2:27:40 timestamp still exists in Cellebrite programs?
Sorry, are we talking about the additional evidence that shows what
Well,
happened at 2:27:40?
No, I'm just asking whether,
Okay.
I thought we had that clear, but I thought, is the 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp show up on any Cellebrite program as you sit here today?
The decoded value does not show a timestamp for
Thank you.
that artifact.
So you modified your software in order to remove the timestamp because it really hurts the Alberts. Because if Jennifer has searched House Long to Die in the Cold. And let me tell you something else, folks. Something I've learned about you all watching my channel. I'm a nerd. You guys already know this. I don't need to spell it out. But the thing about this testimony, it's like, remember Paul Gallagher? I was just in heaven on Paul Gallagher. But that's because it's a specialty of mine. You know, DUIs and blood alcohol concentration. It's my flesh, it's my blood, It's my lifeblood. It's what I've been studying for so many years. That's why I'm the expert, and I'm proud to say I'm in the top 50% of DUI lawyers in the country. I am definitely the #1 in Kentucky. It's so surreal to say. I'm just a dude, and yet I know more about DUIs than any other lawyer in my state. And I've probably won more than any other single lawyer in my state, like jury trials and stuff. It's really, really weird to say and actually be fact and not just like, oh, one day I hope to. No, it's like as of, yesterday and today and tomorrow, unless somebody ever overtakes me. I'm in that spot. And so I really nerd out. I really nerd out on this scientific stuff. And this is a little over my pay grade, but it's definitely explainable. Everything is explainable. I can simplify it, digest it, crunch it down, and spit it out to you in human language, as you've seen already in the last 2 Ian Whiffin videos. It's not that complicated. But the testimony is very dry and very complex. And here's what's happening in the jurors' minds. Let me just give you a little preview as to what the jurors are thinking. The jurors are asleep mentally. This is too thick, too specified, too narrow. Unless there's like a techie in the audience, on the jury's audience that's like eating this up out of the palm of Ian's hand and Alessi's hand. Most of them are not going to remember or understand what is happening on that day in court in the second trial. But here's what I can tell you, and this is very interesting. Alessi keeps repeating, Haas long to die in the cold, 2:27 a.m. Haas long to die in the cold, 2:27 a.m. Haas long to die in the cold, 2:27 a.m. because he has to ask it in question format. There's only one thing that the jurors are going to remember after today. The Haas long to die in the cold search happened at 2:27 a.m. and 40 seconds. Because no matter how hard and how much Ian and his lackeys and the Alberts and their lackeys are going to try and turn back the clock or change facts or remove timestamps and confuse the jury, none of that matters. The jury knows. The jury already believes. Why? Because juries are people, and people are not, scientists, all of them. They're not lawyers, all of them. They're not doctors, all of them. They're not school teachers, all of them. They bring their varied experiences to the table. And I'm sure we have a couple of students on the jury, maybe. I haven't seen the jury makeup yet. I haven't been to mass yet. But I do understand that there's a very varied pool from Turtle Boy's tweets, etc. So we have some diversity on the jury. Let's just put it that way. I'm not talking like race or sex. Obviously, we have 50-50 split, men and women, basically. And what we do have, I think we have 9 men, 9 women. Unless anybody has been struck. By the way, let me know in the comments below if anybody's been struck. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel while you're at it. The jurors are thinking, okay, so Haas long happened in 2:27. That's it. It doesn't matter what the witness says. It doesn't matter what this lawyer says. And if you need a lawyer, by the way, call us, 1-844-774-HURT. If you've been injured in an accident, truck accident, motorcycle, bicycle, pedestrian, doesn't matter. We do them all. Dog bites, right, Chloe? We do those. Slip and falls. We don't do workman's comp very much, but we do medical malpractice. So just call us, 1-844-774-HURT. Consultations are usually free unless you call me with some kind of like, hey, I have a defamation case for you. That I'm going to charge you. I'm going to charge you for a consultation. I don't do those for free. And criminal consultations are all paid consultations these days. So anyway, that's my plug for the day. Let's get back to Ian.
Sir, does your work include shaping how examiners will see the data when they open it?
Yes.
So you shape how the data is going to
You're a
be.
shapeshifter.
Correct?
Yes, we have
Yes?
ways to create the data so it's usable, yes.
So the answer is
shape it.
yes,
Yes.
you shape the data.
Yes.
So my answer to my question is yes. Yes.
These various forensic tools, Cellebrite, Insight Suite, including Physical Analyzer, Magnet Forensics Axiom, these are all tools, and we know that no one has access to the Apple source code on iPhones, correct?
Correct.
And the best source of information about what may be happening inside of an Apple iPhone would be if one could get the source code and look into the source codes to see what's actually happening, correct?
Correct.
So what happens is, in data forensics, because Apple considers it proprietary and people can't access the source code, there's these various data forensic tools that in some ways try to serve as a surrogate, given the fact that there's no access to source code, correct?
Correct.
So the best information would come from the Apple source code, but nobody has access to that, or few people do. Therefore, these other forensic tools are used.
Correct.
So sometimes examiners have to give opinions, like you give, because you don't have access to the source code, correct?
Correct.
So it's your opinion, oftentimes, with regard to ultimate conclusion.
Based on research and testing. But yes,
Not
it's an opinion.
100% absolute certainty, because you don't have access to the source code, correct?
Correct.
You have a moment, Your Honor, to switch topics, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
There's only like a couple of minutes of testimony left. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way. And when I say 2 minutes left, I mean of the video we're going to do of him. There might be more.
Before I do switch topics, a couple points on the 22740 timestamp, if I may, Mr. Whiffin. The Google search
I love how he asked for
in
permission.
question associated with that timestamp, the dispute over that, is house long to die in the cold, correct?
Correct.
And you understand, sir, do you understand the significance if Jen McCabe made that Google search, house long to die in the cold, at 2:27:40 a.m. instead of 6:23 a.m.? Do you understand the significance of that?
Of course.
Sustained.
Wait. Do you understand the significance of that? Of course. Objection. Hold on. Alessi put Brennan to sleep to where Brennan was late on the trigger and Ian already answered and it's too late. I want to hear this part again.
And the significance if Jen McCabe made that Google search, house long to die in the cold, at 2:27:40 a.m. instead of 6:23 a.m. Do you understand the significance of that?
Of course.
Sustained.
He said yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry? I said sustained.
Oh, thank you. I didn't hear that.
Jurors, strike any answer that may have come.
What do you understand to be the significance of the dispute over 2:27:40 timestamp?
Sustained.
Mr. Whiffin, with regard to the 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp, have you looked at any forensic tools to answer that question other than Cellebrite tools and your tool Ardex?
I've used Axiom as well.
So you used Axiom, and so did you therefore see that 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp still appeared?
Yes.
Did you discuss that with the jury yesterday, that you analyzed the Axiom program and that 2:27:40 a.m. timestamp still appears?
I didn't. No.
You did not.
I did not.
The judge striking the answer is phenomenal for the defense because the jury likes transparency. Juries are people. They don't like stuff being hidden from them. And so when Auntie Bev decided in her infinite wisdom to sustain the objection that, do you understand the significance of this? Yes. I mean, objection, strike the answer. Oh, okay. That is huge because the jury's like, well, I understand the significance now. And now he admits it. And then suddenly the judge strikes it. Why is this happening? They have already been asking questions for a very long time, and they're going to continue asking more questions, and it's wonderful. Because when juries ask questions, the defense wins, typically. So, anyway, I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you all tonight. Bye, everybody. next.